We didn't go through the process of a proper breakup because of disappointment. And two disappointed people didn't want to be let down again by breaking up. The reason why I married him so quickly wasn't for money. It was disappointment. Now do you understand? Get out.
Sun Xiaoyu's lawyers are Gu Jia and Wang Li.
Get out!
You should know that Gu Jia will be far worse than Hasai. She knows your weaknesses. She was our superior at one time. She knows our wedding didn't go through. And she was invited to your wedding to Sun Hao Han.
You think I didn't marry you because you refused to put our names down on that piece of property?
Whatever the reasons were, it doesn't matter now.
That doesn't mean you can humiliate me. How could you allow Hasai to humiliate me like that? Luo Bing. Your sister made my mother so angry back then. She had to take a pill to calm her nerves. Do you remember that?
Can we please not talk about this matter right now?
And why not? Why can't we talk about it? I tried to reason with my mother when we got home, but my mother was so furious with me instead. Luo Bing, have you ever thought about why my mother asked for something like that? Because as a mother, she was only right to be very concerned about her daughter's future. Did you think about that? Was her simple request for my name to be included so unreasonable to you? Sure. At first I was even disgusted that she even dared to ask for that. But later I finally understood. I didn't marry you, not because you turned down her request for the house, but because of your family's harsh attitude. Your family looked down on us. You all thought we were cheap. My mother and my family were cheap in your eyes. At first I didn't care whether you added my name as an owner on the papers or not. But I did care after I saw your family's opinion of us. I had to have my name added on the certificate of ownership. Why shouldn't I have that right?
Let's stop talking about this, okay?
No, I want to talk about it. Because you told Hasai about everything that happened. So why can't you bring yourself to talk to me about it? Why are you so quiet now? You have nothing to say? Cat got your tongue? Or do you think I'm being unreasonable? Luo Bing, I swear to you, I wish I didn't know you so very well. Because deep down at the bottom of your heart, you think that marriage is supposed to be about love. And true love has nothing to do with money. When my family mentioned money, you felt our marriage was tainted. We disgraced our love, and I embarrassed you. A proud and arrogant man like yourself couldn't accept a cheap woman who would only agree to get married to you if her name was added to the certificate of ownership of your property. I'm so sure that you were so very disappointed in me for that. But let me tell you, I was disappointed too. I mean, you didn't even call me after what happened. We didn't go through the process of a proper breakup because of disappointment. And two disappointed people didn't want to be let down again by breaking up. The reason why I married him so quickly wasn't for money. It was disappointment. Now do you understand?
Don't go to court.
And why not?
Because you're argumentative. Your harsh belligerence will just turn everybody against you. Even if you're right about it. Just like what you did to me now. You were aggressive and on a long rant. People will think that a woman who's this tough, who's this fierce, can only be a gold digger, and that's why she's fighting her brother-in-law for the assets.
I earned it. It was my husband's. And legally, my daughter and I, are supposed to be first in line to receive his inheritance, not his brother.
Yes, I know that. But his brother has the testament, and you don't. Testate succession trumps statutory succession.
And I don't buy it. I've never seen it, and if there is one, it must be fake.
That's what I said. I would focus all the court's attention on the authenticity of the testament rather than on the state of your marriage.
What do you mean?
Whoever Sun Xiaoyu's lawyers are, they are going to try to prove in court that you weren't a good wife. You disappointed your husband, so when he was on his deathbed, he didn't want to see you. That's why he wrote the will, to leave all of his property to his brother. If you appear in court, they will do whatever they can to humiliate you, just like what Hesai did to you now.
Even if I hire a lawyer, they'll still tear me apart.
And that's why I say, I would put the focus on the authenticity of the will and testament. Lan Hong, if I'm your lawyer, you don't have to appear in court. You don't have to face them. You should trust me on this.
What? She said yes?
She did. She wants me and Hesai to handle it.
Listen, I advise you to give it to Hesai and Lan Lan.
Why is that?
Because they're going to face Gujia and Wang Li.
I've beaten both of those lawyers before. I can do it again.
I trust you in other cases, but this one, I'm not sure.
I know their strategy.
If you appear in court, people are more likely to believe that the will they have in their hands is real, and that his real intention was to leave all of his assets and properties to his brother and give nothing to Lan Hong.
But what reasons would they actually have to believe that?
Because you're handsome. It's hard for people to believe Lan Hong chose to get married to Sun Haohan instead of you because she loved him.
Statutory Succession, Chapter 2, Article 10.
Are you teaching me the law of succession?
What I mean is, the law of succession states that the spouse is the first successor. The two parties in a legal marriage are spouses, and so as long as the marriage between Lan Hong and Sun Haohan is legal, then she, the spouse, is the first in the line of succession. It doesn't matter whether they loved each other or not.
Statutory succession, also known as interstate succession, is relative to what's called testate succession. Sun Xiaoyu, the brother, has his late brother's testament.
The authenticity of that will is very questionable.
I'm telling you, if you show up in court, people are more likely to believe Sun Xiaoyu, and they're more likely to believe that the documents he has in his hands are real. After all, Sun Haohan is Sun Xiaoyu's brother.
No. I played tennis with Sun Xiaoyu. He told me himself. His brother didn't even know who he was during that time. And I believe that he said this to others besides me. So I'm sure I can find a witness who can testify that the will was forged and therefore...
Luo Bing, you don't have a brother, but I do. Let's say, for example, that my brother and I work day and night to earn billions of dollars in assets. Then he passes away, and my sister-in-law inherits his fortune because she's his spouse, the first in the line of succession. And then she finds another man to share my brother's money with her. I know I would be furious. I'd be mad, not because I didn't get anything from him, but because it wouldn't be fair for my brother. Not at all. The whole thing would be unfair.